Hey there retro gamers! Today we're checking out a little square filled with nostalgia, the Anbernic RG CubeXX. It's not exactly pocket size, but it's the kind of gadget that instantly brings back memories of afternoons spent clutching the joystick in front of a tired old CRT. Its look combines retro flair with modern accents, a square screen that basically screams "let's play Tetris the proper way", and an overall vibe of a device built with real love of gaming. Unlike the original RG Cube, which had stronger hardware that's better for emulating systems that don't really benefit from the 1:1 aspect ratio screen, CubeXX makes more sense, cutting costs while preserving the experience for platforms that actually take advantage of the square screen. Game Boy titles or vertical arcade classics look better than ever. If you're already browsing AliExpress while watching the video, good on you. The RG CubeXX comes in several color variants and usually starts around 70 to 80 bucks, with the price going up or down depending on the bundle you choose. Many times you can find the device with preloaded microSD cards or even with a carrying case. My recommendation? Go for options that include choice shipping. It's faster, trackable and less likely to hit you with surprise fees. Let's see what this device has to offer and what's under the hood. As CPU, we have the now classic all-winner H700 quad-core at 1.5 GHz, Mali G41 GPU, solid for 2D, decent enough for 3D, 1 GB of RAM, doesn't sound like much but it's enough for its purpose, dual microSD slots, 395-inch IPS screen, square 720 by 720 resolution, 3800 mAh battery, and for connectivity we have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and mini HDMI. The RG CubeXX feels solid. The plastic is pleasant to the touch, the back has a nice texture, and even though it's a bit chunky, the square shape is surprisingly ergonomic. It's available in white, black and grey, and the analog sticks come with RGB rings that look surprisingly cool. On the front we get a retro-style D-pad, clearly inspired by Sega, 2 analog sticks, A, B, X and Y buttons, and your classic start, select and menu trio. Up top you'll find the 4 L and R triggers arranged vertically rather than in line, which makes them much easier to use during fast-paced games. Also up there the power button, volume controls, a USB-C port, reset button and a mini HDMI out. Down below we have the headphones jack and 2 microSD slots. The RG CubeXX boots up quickly into its Linux-based system, offering a simple but functional main menu. The UI will feel familiar to anyone who's touched an Anbernic device before. Main sections include game rooms, shows available platforms each with their own games list, array games, RetroArch integration for direct access to emulators and advanced settings. I went into more details about the difference between the two in the IFPHSXMT 2024 review. An app center, home for extra tools and media players, favorites, your bookmarked games for quick access, history, where you can see your recently played titles, perfect for picking up where you left off, search and the internal search to quickly find the game from your collection. And of course settings for audio, video, network and UI customization. The RG CubeXX performs well across many classic systems, delivering a solid gaming experience. Let's start with the Nintendo Entertainment System, where emulation is flawless and we have no lag or visual glitches. Same goes for the Super Nintendo, top tier performance. Now, for the portables that really shine on this device, Game Boy and Game Boy Color especially benefit from the 1:1 aspect ratio screen, with smooth emulation, save state support, filters and scaling options. And here's Game Boy Color. Due to the original 3:2 aspect ratio, Game Boy Advance doesn't take full advantage of the square screen, but the games themselves run great. For Sega Genesis or Mega Drive we get equally great emulation. And with MAME, classic vertical arcade games run beautifully. The 1:1 screen gives a far more faithful presentation than the typical 4:3 format. From here on we move into more demanding 3D systems. PlayStation 1, flawless, and having dual analog sticks really starts to pay off from here. Nintendo 64 is the first device where we run into some hiccups. Still, emulation is decent with only minor performance issues. Nintendo DS also emulates well, though the lack of a second touch screen limits functionality in some games. Dreamcast emulation is acceptable, but some games have minor slowdowns, visual artifacts or sound stutter.
Maybe I can take you under my wing. You're running out of time. Hurry up.
Last up is the PlayStation Portable. Performance here varies widely. Some games run fine, others are barely playable, especially the more complex 3D ones. Also, the square screen just isn't ideal for PSP's widescreen format, so I wouldn't recommend this device if PSP is your main target. Now, let's talk about what I liked. The screen, square, clear and vibrant, the D-pad, Sega inspired, good for platformers, vertical arcade emulation, the RGB lighting, small touch, big charm, connectivity, HDMI, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are all here. And what's not perfect, widescreen games don't look great on the square screen, PSP performance can be a pain, and not the most portable due to the chunky square form. All that said, this device isn't trying to be tiny. It's a little retro gaming hub made for those who want to emulate many classic systems in a single device. It's not for everyone, but if that square vibe and RGB bling speak to you, it might just be the perfect match. That's it for the Anbernic RG CubeXX. Until next time, happy retro gaming!